Good afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm here to tell you a little bit about our ideas for your women's trip. I think Peru would be an amazing destination for them. Not only is it easy to get to, there's no jet lag because we're flying south, but there are so many beautiful experiences we can create here, from spiritual experiences like shaman blessings and yoga to culinary adventures where some of the best restaurants in the world can be found here. And of course, bucket list items like Machu Picchu. There's something for everyone in Peru. So I've put together a sample itinerary just to show you how things work and what we do. My name is Carolina Gilcapi. I'm the owner of Sade Adventures. I have been specializing in luxury private experiences to Peru and to 40 other destinations for the last 19 years, and I am here to help. Let me share my screen. We're going to go through the itinerary together. I've sent you this PDF as well so we can follow along, jot down any questions, let me know what works and what doesn't, and we'll customize it for you. So this trip is based on 12 women traveling together. Of course, we can alter this number. We can make the group smaller. We can make the group larger. And of course, you are invited to join as their tour leader as well. This trip is all about Lima, Cuzco, Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, but Peru is a vast region, and we can add the Amazon jungle, we can add Lake Titicaca, we can add the coast with Paracas, Nazca lines. So whatever it is that your interests are, let me know. But I think this itinerary really is a smooth route for women who may want to have that retreat feel. They will be doing things every day, but they will still be in beautiful places and have a place to relax. And Peru is heavy on women entrepreneurs. There's some beautiful communities and co-ops that we can visit where our ladies can meet local ladies and see how life in the Andes is. So this is what it would look like. May 22nd, I just priced it based on next May, simply because I love that month. Everything is blooming, it's lush, it's a nice season before the heavy groups of the summer come in. But of course, you let me know what works for you and we'll advise with new availability. You will fly into Lima, Peru. That's the main airport in the country. And of course, once everyone lands, we will have a big sign with your names on it, with your group's name on it, and we will bring you in a private vehicle to a hotel. I chose Hotel B. This is a luxury boutique hotel, quite stunning, very popular, one of the top hotels in South America, great restaurant, great bar, great nightlife, rooftop. I mean, everything you need is there. And the hotel is an old mansion that has been done into a hotel. So every room is different, and there is galleries of art throughout the hotel. So it really feels like you're staying inside a museum. Really great property, especially for a ladies' trip. And so we will be there for 3 nights. Now, a typical person stays 2 nights in Lima, but I included 3 nights so that we can have them rest, unwind after their travels, and really focus on the highlights of Lima. So the first day is arrival. Most likely you arrive in the evening. We go right to the hotel and rest. The second day, we're going to do a tour like a Lima resident would, which is our gourmet tour. So you have a private guide, you have a vehicle, but we will be doing a lot of walking, enjoying tasting. So we'll go to the ruins, but we will have lunch there. We'll go to the coast, but we'll have pisco sours overlooking the ocean, and so on and so on. The idea is to see the sights, but also have some beautiful food along the way. And then we'll relax, go back to the hotel. And tonight at the hotel, I have arranged a really special experience with our bartenders and our chefs, where we will have a fun pisco sour class. We will have a ceviche making class, which is a typical Lima dish. So lots of fun to get the ladies really comfortable with the city and enjoy the hotel because it's such a beautiful property. I want you to do spend some time in the hotel. And then the next day, May 24th, we're going to see some of the highlights of Lima. So the main square, the cathedral, the museum, but we will of course make it special for the ladies, where inside the museum, we will set up lunch in the courtyard. So again, some special touches, some really nice meals. The whole idea is for them to see the sights, fall in love with the destination, but feel really cared for, make sure that the special touches are there. So under each day, you will see that there's a BLD or BL, and that stands for the meals that are included on each day. So not all meals are included, and that's because I find it that sometimes people don't want to have all the meals included. They want to have some free time. They want to have, or maybe they don't eat as much. So you let me know what your group is like and what they like to do. But because we are in Lima and there are some top restaurants here, top restaurants in the world like El Central or Maita, Maido, Kotie, we can arrange transfers and reservations to those restaurants if the ladies want to split up or enjoy some kind of special menu. All of that is up to you. We can, of course, accommodate everything, and we can get you tables for the top restaurants in Lima. And now we are off to the Inca region of Cuzco. So we're going to take the ladies to the airport, fly 1 hour to Cuzco, and now we are in high altitude. So what I like to do for all my guests is actually get them out of Cuzco right away and into the Sacred Valley. And this is 2,000 feet lower. It makes acclimation much easier, and it's a beautiful place to unwind and really get to know the area without being in the hustle and bustle of a city. So Sacred Valley is like a massive countryside between Cusco and Machu Picchu, and you can find Inca sites there, markets, ruins, indigenous communities. So we will take on some of those sites. We will stay 3 nights in the Sacred Valley. The first day that we arrive, we're going to have a beautiful scenic tour. So to places where we're not hiking, where we're not doing anything strenuous, to places like the Inca Salineras, which is old ancient salt farms, which the local ladies still farm to this day. And then we'll go to Chinchero, which is a beautiful, colorful village. We'll have lunch, which is a farm to table experience that we arrange here. And then we'll check into our hotel, which is the Inca Terra, beautiful small lodge surrounded by mountains. They'll do dinner for us because we'll be in the middle of nowhere. So it's a really great place to kind of take in the Andes. It's such a spiritual, beautiful place. This is a great lawn for doing yoga, for doing some soft hiking, but it's a great setting for that. The next day, we're going to explore more of Sacred Valley. So Misminay is an indigenous community that we sponsor here at Sade Adventures. And it is a village that people live the same way they have forever. The ladies will invite our ladies to join the Pachamanca ceremony, which is cooking underground. There is a shaman, and we will arrange a special blessing for the ladies with the shaman, which is, the priest of the village. There's beautiful trails where we can go for some overlooks, and you will get a sense of life in the Andes, see the guinea pigs, see the llamas. It's a lot of fun to be here at Misminay, and I go there quite a few times. And then we will also tackle some bucket list items like Ollantaytambo, which are massive ruins in the Sacred Valley. So here we're starting to walk around ruins, let the ladies see some sights and stretch their legs. Of course, we'll have lunch and then dinner at the hotel. And then on our third day in the Sacred Valley, I thought it would be really fun to do something unique for the ladies. So there is a little place called Mountain View Experience, which has these A-frame cabins with hot tubs and tons and tons of llamas and alpacas on property. And they do a really fun, now this is not luxury, but it is a very unique girl experience, especially where we can go horseback riding. We'll have a wine and cheese picnic. We'll have painting. We'll have, of course, dinner here. And I thought it would just be a wonderful setting for the ladies. Here we can arrange yoga if you'd like. We can do a shaman ceremony here for the ladies. We can do something special for them. So it feels like a retreat, but it was truly going to connect them to the area, to the people, and, to the mountains, which I think is very special. And then on day 7, we're going to take the ladies to the train station, ride a 2-hour train ride to Machu Picchu, and have a private tour of this wonderful, wonderful site. It's a little bit overwhelming. It's so spiritual. There's a great energy here. It's on people's bucket lists for sure. And we really do a great private tour of one of the circuits. We handpick one of the 6 circuits here according to your group. Then we'll have lunch up there and stay in the village. In the village, there's a hotel called Sumac, which we will spend one night here just to kind of rest. And there's a great chef here that I work with, and he creates a special menu, multiple menu. I'm talking foam and steam and all of these fun parts for our clients. So we will do that tonight for the ladies. Again, a balance of nature outdoors, but also feeling spoiled, doing special touches. That's all that we're all about. And in the morning, we will go back to the ruins for a sunrise tour. And here the ladies will have a choice. They can stay in the ruins themselves and do another circuit if they just want to have a leisurely day. Or of course, they can sleep in and stay at the hotel if they'd like, go to the spa. But then they can do the ones that are adventurous can hike Huayna Picchu, which is a very famous hike, or those who want to hike but are a little bit nervous about going all the way to Huayna Picchu, we can arrange Uchuy Picchu, which is half the steps. So lots of options here just to get them to do a little hike. Say they've done that at Machu Picchu, we'll have lunch and then go back to the village, which has a market. They can do a little bit shopping before we get on the train to Cusco. The train is 2.5 hours, and there's a beautiful dinner served on board before we get to Cusco and check into our Palacio del Inca. This is our last stop, our last 2 nights. It's a beautiful, historical 5-star hotel. And the whole idea is that we will spend the night here, the next day sleep in, see the ruins of Cusco, have champagne at the ruins, go on a fun cocktail tour where a local bartender is going to take them to 3 different restaurants to try out different drinks. It doesn't have to be alcohol focused. It could be food focused. It could be mocktails, which is very popular right now in Peru. So we can tweak these trips accordingly. And then tonight, I'm going to take them to Map Cafe, which is a local archaeological museum that closes at 6 p.m. And after it closes, we are welcomed inside and have a beautiful 4-course meal inside the museum after dark. Like, it is such an amazing experience. So we'll do that for the ladies. And on our last day, day 10, we're going to do a little bit of a city tour so they can see some sights, go to a cathedral, go to the temple, and finish with lunch at Chicholina, which is the most famous restaurant in Cusco, before we take them to the airport and they can fly to Lima and home. So that is our trip. There's a lot of details. There's a lot to discuss and think about here, but the trip is based on 12 women plus you as the tour leader. Please review everything that I have sent you in the email so you can kind of gauge of what it would look like. We can make it shorter. We can make it longer. We can make it less expensive. We can add on things, whatever it is that your interests are. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for listening, and happy travels.